Yo, have I officially switched to linear, gang? Today we're gonna be talking about the Marshmallow Linear Switch by ThicThoc. The color is a soothing light pink and a true pink for the stem. Kind of a combination that doesn't really come to mind when I think of a marshmallow. But to be honest, once I typed in a board full of these, I knew exactly what they were talking about. If you're into keyboard videos and tech, please subscribe and let me know if you like videos like this, and I'll make some more. The ThicThoc Marshmallow Switch is a low-pitch linear MX style keyboard switch that gained some hype around November 2019 when the initial group buy went live. They of course rode another wave of hype around Q1 in 2020 when they actually were fulfilled. But the reason why I'm talking about them right now is because they just recently came back in stock in a couple places. Due to that hype and being the enthusiast that I am, I had to see what they were about myself. The original manufacturers of the marshmallows was JWK, and I'm sure that's who handled most of the recently stocked switches as well. Now when it comes to the material, the marshmallows are made of a custom nylon top and bottom housing with a palm stem. The palm stem isn't particularly long, but the spring though is a ThicThoc MP Series 68 grams gold-plated progressive spring. This is what makes the switch feel like a marshmallow to me. It's very squishy to me, for lack of a better word. My girl says when she's typing on it, it feels like when you're trying to punch in your dream. So it's a pretty heavy switch, but I personally think that's a little exaggerated, but I do know what she means by that. Maybe I don't notice as much because I type super hard and I kind of favor more heavy tactile switches in the first place, but I think it's interesting. So the actuation force on the marshmallows is about 50 grams and the actuation distance is about 1.4 millimeters. And there's no factory lube on them. The stock version is pretty smooth, with the lower pitch bottom out and a quieter pop on the upswing. There was some very noticeable spring ping, but it was so easy to lube it away that I wouldn't be worried at all. Here's a single switch comparison of the stock version versus the lube version. My actual sound test will be of the lube version, simply because I didn't notice a huge reason to sound test it before. You're gonna wanna lube these if you ask me. I wouldn't even bother trying to keep these stock, even though they sound decent, but they're night and day, man. Trust me, just lube these right away. Filming this switch though is strictly optional. I can imagine a huge difference in character, and the housings are very tight, so stem wobble as well is pretty much non-existent. Now here's a moment you've been waiting for. Let's test these switches out, see how they sound. So my final thoughts on the Marshmallow Switch is that they kind of make me more excited to try some more linear switches. They sound really cool and they bounce a lot when you type on them. On my Frog TKL, my configuration is pretty much all ThicThoc, and the overall sound is pretty quiet. But in real life, I've grown to like this vibe a lot more than I thought I would. But this does lead me to crave a lighter linear soon to see if I truly like linear switches or not. Because man, I've always been tactile gang so long. Who knows? Aside from that, it seems that the best or most unique part about this switch may either be the best or worst part about it, depending on your preference. The spring is very unique how the weight changes the more you press down on it, and that experience is going to be something that you're likely going to need to try yourself in order to fully understand. Overall, they're a nice switch, and I've been kind of running these through their paces for a little bit under a month now. I did just get the Nixie linear switches as well by Cherry, and I've been thinking about trying those out next. Let me know in the comments if you think I should drop a video on that as well. That's my review on the ThicThoc Marshmallow. Thank you all for watching, man, and do not forget to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.